Halo.
Hello?
Halo. Ini Kusyairi kah?
Yes, sir. I fine, sir.
I want to something. Need to talk to you.
Okay, sir. What?
Last month, all employer and assessment we not ready. Can we discuss this problem with your assistant?
Inshallah. Will, sir. I get to my assistant and all the employee.
I want all you employer to have motivation in this company, because motivation is very important to increase moral and keep working in this company.
Yes, sir. I also see there are some problems that are being faced by our workers.
I want all employer to praise that theory of motivation to reduce the problem we have now.
Okay, sir. After discussing this, I will inform this matter with my assistant to convey to motivation theory to all employee.
Good. I leave this problem to you. Thank you.
Okay, sir. No problem. Welcome, sir. Waalaikumsalam, sir. Assalamualaikum, Hamidi.
Waalaikumsalam, Bos Kusyai. I am fine.
Hamidi,
Yes.
I want to share something with you about our company.
Yes, what is it?
Our company have problems such as employee less motivation in work, and many jobs or assignment are not complete yet. Can you confirm why this problem occurs?
Yes, boss. I look like that too. Many of our assignment or work are not ready yet. I think our employees not only have problem with work, but our employees also have personal problem. Neither did they tell me. Inshallah, after this, I will gather all the supervisor and I will ask what problem they are facing.
Okay, good. Another Hamidi, I want to ask you to explain the theory of motivation to employee so that employee can work hard and be able to complete our work or assignment.
Okay, alright boss. Later I will explain to the employees about the theory of motivation.
Okay, Hamidi, I leave this problem to you. Thank you very much, Hamidi.
Okay, most welcome.
Okay, most welcome. Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum. Hello all supervisor. Lately I have received many complaints regarding the deterioration of your job reputation. What happened? Can you explain why this happened? Okay. What your suggestion, Mr. Ading?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hamidi, as our assistant manager, and hello and good morning to my fellow colleagues. And my suggestion about to fix our company reputation is how about we use a theory from McGregor Douglas. I will share some slide for you.
Okay.
Alright, can anybody see this slide?
Yes, I see.
Okay, this is the face of the theory X and theory Y creator, which is full name is McGregor Douglas. And this theory has been made in 1960. And let's go to theory X, which theory X is more about negative behavior in a company, which is, as you can see in point number 1, most employees dislike work and will avoid it as much as possible. We can assume that they don't like to do their job. And point number 2, manager need to control, threaten, punishment and force workers to do their job. These employees need to be pushed or threatened or punishment, or not, they will not do their job. And point number 3, most employees prefer to be directed, avoid responsibility and have low ambition, or we can call it lazy employees. And point number 4, employees are motivated by fear and money. This what we can understand. Nothing can motivate them, only fear and money. Okay, let's go to theory Y. Theory Y is more about positive human behavior in a company. As you can see in point number 1, employees like to work. Point number 2, people enjoy working towards together. As you can see in their face in this slide, they look happy working together. And point number 3, they do their job willing and motivated every day. In point number 4, most employees' imagination, creativity and cleverness can be used to solve problems, and this is what we need. Not only the higher ranking can solve problem, can give their opinion, but employees from the below ranking can also give their own opinions to solve our company problems. And in point number 4, the average person is intellectual potential is only partition, which means everybody is the same in intellectual potential. And in point number 6, employees are motivated by a variety of rewards, which means if you as a boss, you can have each month an annual meeting and give a reward to for example, most best employees for the month, like we can see in KFC or McDonald's. The employees will be motivated to go to do their work and to go working every day. And I think that's it for me. In conclusion, theory X is more about the negative workers, and theory Y is more about the positive workers. And I think that's all for me. I hope you like the suggestion, Mr. Hamidi. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Adin, your suggestion. Okay, next. What your suggestion, Mr. Naufal?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hamidi. So, for my opinion, I think I will suggest we use a room theory for our company to bring an forward. So, please, Ali, can you open the slide for us? Okay, so can you see the slide, Mr. Hamidi? It's about a room expediency theory of motivation. The next one, Ali?
Yes, I can see.
Ali, the first next one. Okay, thank you, Ali. So I will explain the detail about verb theory. So verb expectancy theory assumes that behavior results from an conscious choice among alternative whose purpose it is to maximize pleasure and to minimize the pain. So verb realize that an employee's performance is based on individual factors such as personality, skill, knowledge, experience, and ability. He said the effort, performance, and motivation are linked in a person's motivation. He used the variable expectancy, instrumentality, and valence to account for this. Alright, so the second one, you can see the expectancy. So expectancy is the belief that increase effort will lead to increased performance. For example, if I work harder, then this will be better. This is affected by such things as having the right resource available, having the right skill to do the job, having the necessary support to get the job done with supervisor support and correct information on the job. Right. So we go to the next one. Instrumentality is the belief that if you perform well, that a value outcome will be received. So the degree to which a first level outcome will lead to the second level outcome. For example, I do a good job, then something in it for me, to me. This is affected by such a thing as clear understanding of the relationship between performance and outcome, through trust in the people who will take the decision on who get the outcome. Okay, the next one is valence. So valence is the importance that the individual places upon the expected outcome. For the valence to be positive, the person must prefer attaining the outcome to not attaining it. For example, if someone is mainly motivated by money, he or she might not value offer of additional time off. Okay, crucially, verb expectancy theory work on perception. So even if an employee think they have provide everything for motivation, and even if this work with most people in the organization, it doesn't mean that someone will perceive that it doesn't work for them. Alright. Those verb expectancy theory of motivation is not about self-interest in reward, but about the association people make toward expected outcome and the contribution they feel they can make toward those outcomes. Okay, so that's so we can see this verb expectancy theory of motivation is not about the self-interest only. So that's only for me. Thank you, Mr. Hamidi. That's my only suggestion.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Naufal. Okay, next I want to hear what your suggestion, Mr. Ajman.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you for Mr. Hamidi for this topic. So today I'm going to share about how our company to development our attitude or some theory I can put in our company. So here I'm standing to talk about Adam equity theory. So what is Adam equity theory? Adam equity theory is a balancing employee with employee input and balancing employee output. So Adam equity theory is named for John Stancy Adams, a workplace and behavior psychologist who developed his job motivation theory in 1963. Okay, so here we the other theory same like Adam equity theory is Maslow hierarchy of needs and Herzberg two-factor theory. So the both theory and the Adam equity theory acknowledge that acceptable and variable factor affect an employee assessment and perception of their relationship with their work and their employer. Okay, so how we to apply this Adam equity theory to our company? So this is the important thing to consider the Adam equity theory factor when striving to improve an employee job satisfaction, motivation level, and what can be done to promote higher level of each. Okay, to do this, consider the balance or imbalance the currently exists between your employee input and output as follow. So the input is for the company to employee is, one is effort, the secondly loyalty, thirdly hard work, fourth commonly fifth skill, and last one is ability. So for the output for employee is financial reward such as salary, benefit, and perk. Secondly is tangible type, the typical included recognition, reputation, responsibility, and sense of achievement. So this all this about talking about Adam equity theory is, while obviously many of these points cannot be quantified and perfectly compared to other company, because the theory argues that managers should seek to find a fair balance between the input and output employee and give and the output received. And according to the theory, employees should be content whether perceive this to be in balance. Okay, that's for me to suggestion for our company. Okay, thank you, Mr. Hamidi.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ajman, with your suggestion. Okay, let's move on to the other opinion. I want to hear the opinion from Mr. GHAZALI.
Okay, hello. My name is Muhammad Al-Ghazali. I supervisor in my department. Thank you to Sir Hamidi. Okay, today I present my department proposing Maslow hierarchy theory to be used in our company. Here I provide a few important points why this theory is so good for this company. Okay, here I provide a suggested slide that I want to propose. Okay, this slide, you can see the hierarchy Maslow point. First is physiological need. Second, safety need. Third is love and belonging or social need. Next is esteem, and last, self-isolation. You can see the point in theory hierarchy Maslow. The first is physiological need. This is in terms of self need for employees. A comfortable place for employees that need to be in the company. Second is safety needs. The safety is very important for employees because the environment of a safe place will give more confidence to employees in the company. Next is social needs. The social needs are more to the relationship between employees and employer. In this way, can strengthen the relationship between employer and employees, as well as facilitate work in the company. Next is esteem. The esteem is related to the employees in the company. In addition, respecting one another and always practicing the value of love. For example, is give to employees who do good job in company. For example, give iPhone to good employees. Next is self-education. The need for self-intention into support employees to be more successful in the future according to the ability of employees. That's all for me. I hope this theory can need to this company to employees. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. GHAZALI. So now I want to hear the opinion from Mr. AZFAR.
Thank you, Assistant Manager, for giving me a time to talk. But before that, I want to present my slide for you all. Okay. Okay. In my team, we use something like Skinner reinforcement theory in motivation, the process of shaping behavior by controlling the consequence of behavior. Behavior can be formed by its consequence. If a worker work well, do so much hard work, and do some enthusiasm in his work, the boss will give a reward to encourage and motivate him. Example, in the workplace, the worker bring a good achievement, so he or she will be awarded by the boss or the leader. And if like the leader praise the worker for entering the office on time, this one will have a positive effect on all the workers which are watching this behavior. In this way, they can motivate other workers and have some benefits for the whole team. So this positive reinforcement means that if someone gives a positive response to something or do some positive action, he or she should be rewarded positively. In negative reinforcement, a response or behavior is strengthened by stopping, removing, or avoiding a negative outcome or aversive stimulus. In the case of negative reinforcement, it is the action of removing the undesirable outcome or stimulus that serve as the reward for performing the behavior. Aversive stimuli tend to involve some type of discomfort, either physical or psychological. Behavior, a negatively reinforced behavior or allow you to completely avoid the aversive stimuli before they can happen. For example, on working day morning, you leave the house early to avoid getting stuck in the traffic and being late to the office. Eliminating any reinforcement that is maintaining a behavior is called extension. For instance, an organization may announce that it wants to adopt and open the door policy to encourage employees to express their opinion to the management. However, the manager may not be responsive to employees who approach them to discuss problem. This lack of responsiveness causes employees to stop coming to the manager over time. Punishment is the act of causing an unpleasant consequence to respond to prevent the person from repeating that behavior. Placing an employee on suspension of excessive absenteeism is an example of punishment. Punishment is not the same as negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement strengthen and increase behavior, while punishment seek to weaken and decrease behavior. So I like to suggest this kind of theory, and that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. AZFAR. So now we hear the other opinion from Mr. ALIF.
Alright, thanks to Mr. Hamidi as an assistant manager. I as a supervisor in this department, I think log goal setting theory was good. Let me share you the slide. Can you see it? Alright. As you can see, Locke's goal setting theory is attention toward a goal, a major source of motivation. 5 criteria known as SMART must be considered in setting the goal. Specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic and relevant, time-based. Alright. Essentially, this theory states that goal setting is linked to task performance. And before we make a goal, we need to make sure to see first what capabilities and advantage my employee have, what they can do and what they cannot do. And we need to see what's going to happen if we still do this goal. I very emphasize the willingness of my employee to achieve a goal, as we know employee readiness is a major source of work motivation. This is very important in any department because employee a very important role to achieve a goal. Without that, without employee, we can do anything. Why I use log goal theory setting in my department? Because this theory is an incentive for us to get the job done quickly and effective. This theory also leads to be better performance by increasing motivation and effort. For the last month, our department had to pack 100,000 units for one item. And as we know, our company manufacture more than 30 types of item. If we mix all at once, we need to pack over than 4 million units, and we were given less than 1 month. So by looking every aspect in terms of available time, condition of item, type of facility, quality of machine, number of worker, and most important is the condition of worker from mental as well as physical. After discussing with my team and employee, we decide to use this theory and it can be resolved well and quickly. And as we can see, during the course of doing this work, don't have big problem will report even though the number of unit to be paid exceeds that of the previous month. On what I need have in this theory to make sure it's working with grade. I think this theory is so good to use in my department. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alif. So now we hear the last opinion from Mr. Ayman. Hear my voice? I cannot hear you, Mr. Ayman. Can you all hear my voice? Yeah, I hope you can hear my voice clearly. Before we go any further, I want to ask an opinion from all the supervisors. What do people actually want from their job? Do they want just a higher salary, or do they want a security at their workplace, or a good relationship with a co-worker, or an opportunity for growth and advancement, or something else altogether? Now this question, this is an important question because it is the root of motivation. The art of engaging this member of the team in such a way that they will boost and give the company a very best performance of their skill. Now, the first thing that slipped into my mind is the Herzberg two-factor theory, and allow me to present you all the point. Okay. The Herzberg two-factor principle is influenced by two main factors, which is influenced by a motivator factor that influencing the job satisfaction, and the second one is influenced by a hygiene factor, which will increase or decrease the job dissatisfaction. And now, what is the relationship between these two? That is the motivator factor is more accordingly to a person behavior,
like when some worker in our company achieve something big in our company, we need to give him attention, or we need to celebrate the achievement that our worker have done to keep their motivation increased. And other than that, you can see at my point, there is a recognition that we can give to our worker who boost their working experience. And the motivator factor itself is more academic to the personal growth of oneself worker in our company. And now, all this point will improve the motivator factor, increase job satisfaction. And now, we move to the influence by a hygiene factor. The hygiene factor is more accordingly affect the working condition, like condition of office that we use to work, whether it is comfort or not, or a co-worker relation, like friendly or not, are they angry with each other or not, can they work together, and some other policies and rules that company have bind them in a company. So the hygiene factor is influence. The influence by hygiene factor will improve the decreased job dissatisfaction. And now we can see the relationship, and we need to balance all of this to boost our worker level to max performance. Now we can see if we balance all of this together, what the factor result is in is, for the hygiene factor, it will give a general satisfaction for our worker and prevent the dissatisfaction or prevent the dissatisfaction of worker, and the motivator factor, which is the factor result, is the worker will be in high motivation or high satisfaction while working in our company, and will have a strong commitment to give the company a boost work on a max level. And this theory, the final point of this theory is to eliminate all the job hygiene stressors. Like we know that the hygiene factor is more academic to the salary, wage of a worker, and we need to secure that to make our worker happy and not stressful while working in our company. And if we are able to balance the two of these, inshallah, maybe we can make our company go on the next level. That's all for me. Thank you for all the supervisors for listening.
Okay, finally we are done. Thanks to all the supervisor for their suggestion. I will forward all your suggestion to the boss. See you later. Assalamualaikum.
Hello?
Hello, Salim.
Yes?
I have good news for you today.
Yes, what is it?
I have received information from my assistant regarding the problem of this company. My assistant told to us to choose the appropriate theory from this company.
After you talk to your assistant theory, what we need to talk to overcome this problem?
I mean the theory we need to take to solve our company problem is Gregory theory X and theory Y.
It's true. You said we need to motivation or employer after.
That's right, sir. We need to focus on theory Y with our employer. because theory Y is very effective for our employer compared to the theory X. For example, from theory X, employee doesn't like this is job and try to run away from responsibility.
I understand what
you got. From today, our company will follow Groris theory. Thanks for having me to fix this problem.
Oh, okay, sir. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, sir. Assalamualaikum.